prophet's paradox. In the quiet town of Meridian lived Eleanor, a woman with an extraordinary ability. Since childhood, she had experienced vivid visions of future events, not fleeting glimpses or vague premonitions, but detailed scenes playing out like memories of things yet to occur. At first, Eleanor believed her gift would allow her to change fate. When she foresaw her friend Thomas falling from a ladder while painting his house, she rushed to warn him. Thomas thanked her, promised to be careful, and hired professionals instead. Yet 3 days later, Thomas still fell, not from a ladder, but down his stairs while carrying painting supplies to the attic. This pattern repeated throughout her life. Eleanor would see accidents, illnesses, and tragedies, then desperately try to prevent them. Each time, she watched helplessly as events unfolded, different in details perhaps, but identical in outcome to her visions. In her 30th year, Eleanor foresaw a devastating flood that would destroy half of Meridian. She warned the mayor, organized evacuations, and helped build barriers. When the rains came, the river took a different course than in her vision, bypassing the reinforced areas and still claiming the same lives she had foreseen. Exhausted and disillusioned, Eleanor retreated from society. Why continue trying if the universe was fixed, immutable? She began documenting her visions without intervention. Each one manifested exactly as foreseen when she didn't interfere, as if the future flowed naturally when unopposed. One winter evening, Eleanor had her most terrifying vision yet, her own death. In exactly 1 year, she would be struck by a delivery truck while crossing Main Street. The specificity was unbearable. The red truck, the rainy Thursday, the driver distracted by a call. For months, Eleanor planned her avoidance. She would leave town. She would stay indoors that entire week. She would take a different route. She documented dozens of strategies, but a creeping certainty haunted her. Death would find her regardless. As the fated day approached, Eleanor made a decision. Rather than run from destiny, she would face it clear-eyed and purposeful. She spent her remaining time writing letters to loved ones, organizing her affairs, and completing a manuscript about her experiences. On that rainy Thursday, Eleanor walked to the library to donate her manuscript. As she neared Main Street, she saw the red delivery truck approaching. For a moment, she considered turning back, but instead stood watching, transfixed by the manifestation of her vision. But something unexpected happened. A child chased a runaway dog toward the street. Without hesitation, Eleanor rushed forward, pushing the child to safety just as the truck rounded the corner. The driver, indeed distracted by a call, didn't see her until too late. In her final moments, clarity washed over Eleanor. Perhaps she had never been able to change the future because she had always been part of it. Her visions hadn't been warnings of a fixed destiny, but glimpses of a tapestry in which she was both observer and thread. As consciousness faded, Eleanor felt neither regret nor defeat. Her final action had been her own choice, not to save herself, but to save another. In accepting her fate, she had discovered meaning within its confines. Moral of the story: true freedom may not lie in the ability to change destiny, but in how we choose to face it. Even in a world where the future seems predetermined, the dignity of choice remains in our response to fate. Knowledge without control is neither purely gift nor curse. It's an invitation to find meaning and acceptance and purpose within constraints. Thank you for watching The Prophet's Paradox, the first installment in our series, The Illusion of Choice. Eleanor's journey has only begun to unravel the complex relationship between fate, foreknowledge, and free will, but her story isn't the only one. Join us tomorrow for our next episode, where we'll explore another facet of destiny's puzzle through new eyes and different circumstances. What happens when choice itself becomes an illusion, and how do we find meaning when paths seem predetermined? Subscribe now and hit the notification bell to continue this philosophical journey through the Illusion of Choice series. The next chapter awaits.